Now for the Dateline timeline. All of the following events happened during this, the third week of November. Do you know what the year was? More than 900 followers of Jim Jones committed suicide in Guyana when they drank a beverage laced with poison. Dave Cowens was named the player-coach of the Boston Celtics. Anthropologist Margaret Mead died of cancer. She was 76. TV's top sitcom was Alice. The hot movie was Midnight Express. And MacArthur Park by Donna Summer led the charts. All right, what year was it? 1978, 1979, or 1980? The answer when Dateline continues. So what year was it? A mass suicide in Guyana. Cowens was named the Celtics' new coach, and MacArthur Park was the top single. It all happened the third week of November, 1978. You've got an idea for a hit comedy series on TV. The idea, basically, is a show about nothing. It's certainly original, but if you were a network television executive, would you go for it or not? That basically was the pitch, and it was a hit. Tonight, what's the deal with the Seinfeld show?
To me, the most annoying thing about the couple of times that I did work in an office is when you go in the morning, you say hi to everyone, and then for some reason throughout the day, you have to continue to greet these people all day, every time you see them. I mean, you walk in the morning, morning Bill, morning Bob, how you doing? Fine. 10 minutes later, you see him in the hall. How you doing?
Jerry Seinfeld may or may not be master of his domain, but he's the undisputed master of the mundane.
I mean, I was looking at chicken of the sea tuna the other day in the supermarket thinking, what kind of a stupid name is that? What do they think? We don't know what a fish is? They got to tell us, well, it's like a chicken, see, but it's not really a chicken, of course. It's, why don't you think of it as a chicken in the sea, and then maybe you'll have some idea what we're selling here. I mean, what a really insulting name that is for tuna. Chicken of the sea? You know, you want chicken, I don't ask for tuna of the land.
That's Seinfeld humor. Funny little annoyances you'd never notice but recognize immediately. It's made his show the #1 adult comedy and his book a bestseller.
I never needed to be this successful. Never. I was just happy that I could do comedy and not work. In fact, that was the hardest thing for me to adjust to doing the series, is that I was going to work in the morning. And I wanted to scream to people, I'm not one of you, you know. I'm not just working. I really was embarrassed, because my whole life up to that point, me and my friends who were comedians, you know, we would hang out during the day. We used to go down, you know, like 6th Avenue and watch everybody come out to lunch and just love to watch them. Go back to your buildings, you know. Lunch hour is over. We're staying out, you know. It was just playing hooky. It was prolonging youth.
Will you give me the clicker? I hate it when you have the clicker. You're too fast.
Get out! I'm a great clicker. With great instincts. How dare you impugn my clicking?
It seems like everybody is playing hooky on the Seinfeld show. The thing people here do best is just hang out. In Jerry's apartment. In the diner. Back at Jerry's apartment again. In Jerry's world, life is what happens when you're doing nothing.
All right, Ma, I'll talk to you later. Nothing. I'm watching Tiny Toons here on Nickelodeon.
The Seinfeld show is life at its most ordinary. No wonder the show gets unsolicited scripts by the dozens every week. The storylines are so thin sometimes they're hard to find at all.
I remember in our first season we did a story where it was really just Elaine, Jerry, and George waiting for a table at a Chinese restaurant. And they said, there's no story.
Well, how do you promote that?
How do you fill that? What do you say? How do you do? What, 3 people waiting?
I don't see any way we can eat and make this movie.
Oh, well, I have to eat.
Well, let's just order it to go. We'll eat it in the cab.
Eat it in the cab? Chinese food in a cab?
We'll eat it in the movie.
What? Where do you think you're going? Do you think that they have big picnic tables there?
But certain subjects are a little more difficult to deal with than others. And I don't, you know, try not to shy away from something that might be hard to handle. And sometimes we succeed, sometimes we don't.
My mother caught me.
Caught you? Doing what?
You know. I was alone.
You mean? In fact, in the show, correct me if I'm wrong, you never use
That's correct.
the word.
That's correct. We never use that word, which is part of the reason it worked.
All right, I'll tell you this, though. I am never doing that again.
What? You mean in your mother's house or all together?
All together.
Oh, give me a break.
Right.
Wait, you don't think I can?
No chance.
You think you could?
Well, I know I could hold out longer than you.
Care to make it interesting?
Sure, how much?
$100?
You're on.
Wait a second. Count me in on this.
You? Yeah. You'll be out before we get the check.
This now legendary episode, called The Contest, was written by Seinfeld co-producer Larry David. Larry David and Jerry Seinfeld are the brain trust behind the show. Old friends who like to make everything a contest, even the shoes they wear. Case in point, Jerry wore new shoes to our interview. Not his trademark sneakers, but actual shoes.
You know, like when I come in tomorrow morning, we're going to discuss these shoes for 20 minutes.
He hasn't shoes?
Not these.
He's confident these shoes will get Larry's attention. They did.
You think those are better than mine?
I can't have this conversation.
You like those better?
I think kind of fits your
The
foot.
contour was better.
The contour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like me, you may wonder, what's the game here?
The sport of it is to get it first, you know. To out-order the other person in the restaurant, to get the better thing. That's the true contest of life.
The cast makes ritual sport of dinner once a week at a restaurant that's the real-life equivalent of the diner on the show.
I find myself going to the diner with these guys and ordering heart-stopping meals that I know are going to take years off my life just to one-up them. I don't know where this comes from. You know, we don't fight duels anymore, so we just order kids.
Have you, in fact, won such a competition?
I have floored them on occasions. Yeah.
With what kind of a
Well, you know,
dish?
when you start ordering fries with gravy and pastrami/roast beef club sandwiches at 1 o'clock in the morning, it's pretty daunting.
If you ordered something that sounded good, Jerry, I wouldn't hesitate to say me too.
Oh, but then you automatically, that's an automatic forfeit. If you imitate if you get what I ordered, then that's an automatic forfeit because I'm the one that discovered it on the menu. Your only chance to beat me is to find something better.
Is everything a competition?
If you want to have fun, it is.
How come I didn't get a Christmas card? Everybody else got one. Jerry got one. Kramer got one. I thought we were good friends. I don't get a Christmas card. I don't get it.
You want a Christmas card? You want a Christmas card? All right, here. Here's your Christmas card.
Now in their 5th season, the cast has found a groove on and off screen. Their chemistry is no accident. Jason Alexander, Michael Richards, and Julia Louis-Dreyfus were handpicked by Jerry Seinfeld.
I responded to them on a personal level. I like these people, so the chances of them liking each other and liking me were higher than if some casting agent just goes, well, they're the best actor, I want a blonde, and we need a tall guy, you know? You put them together, and it's not going to work, you know, or it might, but because I kind of picked them the way I would pick my friends. Let me just call Kramer, see if he wants anything. Hey, we're ordering Chinese food. If you want anything, let me know what it is, and I'll order it for you.
These are my buddies. I know whenever I go into Jerry's apartment, I'm going to get involved in something. And involvement means living.
So you burst onto the scene.
I come right into life.
Kramer is the guy that is your friend by virtue of his proximity. There are a lot of people that are friends because they're nearby, you know? And it's nice to have somebody around.
Oh, hey, if you happen to see the most beautiful girl who walked out on me, tell her I'm sorry. Tell her I need my baby, oh. Won't you tell her that I love her? Oh, hey.
George?
George Costanza has been described as Lord of the Losers.
I mean, in any other show, my character would have cut his own throat by this point.
How many jobs have you gone through?
Quite a few, at least a dozen.
And women?
Oh, hundreds.
$8? $8?
What are you doing? You're robbing me?
I wasted my whole morning on you for $8?
Wait a second, what are you doing?
I'm taking your clothes.
No, that's my only suit. It cost me $350. I got it at Mo Ginsburg.
Bye, George.
Wait, you can't just leave me here. Will I see you again?
The shortest lifespan for an actress is to be a guest star on the Seinfeld show. You know you've got one episode and you're gone because relationships just do not work here.
You faked with me?
Yeah.
You faked with me?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
You faked it.
I faked it.
That whole thing, the whole production, it was all an act.
Not bad, huh?
What about the breathing, the panting, the moaning, the screaming?
Fake.
Elaine is the girl Jerry broke up with, but couldn't part with.
I don't know what she's doing hanging out with these people, these three guys. I mean that. I mean, they are, Kramer, Seinfeld, Costanza. What's going on?
I think I'll get going.
Stick around a while.
It's early.
We'll order Chinese.
I think
It's
if she
time for her
really
to
had it
move on?
together, yeah, she would move on and get into a different social scene. But for some reason, she's held up.
Jerry's character isn't making much progress in relationships either.
And to think how close I came to you being the one. I must have been out of my mind.
I mean, every week you want to see that woman get up and go, no, I won't, and, you know, and storm out of the apartment. I mean, that's the whole fun of the show.
I can't believe you said that.
What?
How could you say something like that to me?
What? You were the one who was talking dirty. I was just trying to keep up.
We have huge laughs about it, you know. The number of shots of me standing looking down that hallway going, what? What did I say?
In real life, Jerry Seinfeld has a significant relationship going, though it's not what you may be thinking.
The main relationship in my life is with the audience. That's the love affair that has kept me going all this time. It's very intense, you know, when people laugh at something you like and they agree with you. There's a moment there that's truly romantic.
The technical term for a nose job is rhinoplasty. Rhino, okay? Do we really need to insult the person at this particular moment of their lives? They know they have a big nose. That's why they're coming in. Do they really need the abuse of being compared to a rhinoceros on top of everything else?
How long do you expect to be doing this?
The show? Or, a little while longer, not too much. As long as it's...
Why do you say that?
Because it's like an act. It has a flow, a peak, and a time. And I always get off early. It's better. I don't like restaurants that serve a lot of food, you know? When people tell me the portions are tremendous, that doesn't appeal to me, you know? Sheer volume is not attractive to me. And the same goes for the number of episodes that we do. I want to do enough shows that people could say, you know, every one was good.
But then what?
Oh.
The abyss.
Nah. What? Well, this is not my job. Anyway, I'm a comedian, you know. This is just something I was fortunate enough to get to do. But my job is to write jokes, go to Milwaukee, and tell them. That's what I do.
Now, what to do with those Seinfeld scripts you and your friends have written? There are many, many people who've tried their hand at writing an episode. I personally know two. Sorry to have to tell you, they aren't even looked at.
Next, the latest in the Michael Jackson Odyssey. Plus, I'm Still Standing, Dateline's Picture of the Week.
When Michael Jackson admitted over the weekend that he has a drug problem and checked himself in for rehab somewhere, the search was on. The media desperately seeking his whereabouts and speculating endlessly about his future. Here's Dennis Murphy on the media obsession of the week and what's next for the superstar.
5,000 feet up the French Alps, not a bad place to step away from the world for a while. A ski village shaking off the fall slumber, getting ready for the new season. New guests.
Have you seen Michael Jackson today?
No. Today, last night, no.
Michael Jackson has never been known to ski, but the manager of one of the hotels here in the resort of Avoriaz said yes, Michael Jackson has checked in. He's booked the entire hotel.
Bonjour.
But when I arrived at the Le Dromont Hotel this afternoon, Bernice at the desk said the ski lodge was closed, and Michael was definitely not in hiding there.
Could you